What's going on, guys? 118 Seth Shadow here. So, let's go ahead and get straight into it for today. And I'm going to be starting off with leader cards from set 1, because I noticed quite something very nice, and that's the leader cards have really been dropping off. Especially the leader cards that correlate to the starter decks. You take a look at the character ones. Isabel, for instance, right now is 66 base, and market price was over 140. You have Luna, who in Japan was the most expensive for quite a long time. And yet now when you look at it, it's under $100. Market price on that one is also over 120. Erica dropped all the way down to 50. And then Arissa also dropped to around 50, 51. And both of their market prices are significantly higher than where they're at right now. Then you get even lower, where Eris and Rowan have also dropped off to about $40 a piece. And I think I skipped Urias. Yes, I did. But he's also dropped off and is now $60, market price closer to 79. So his gap is not nearly as bad. And I guess for Rowan, it's not as bad either. For Eris, it's okay. But yeah, ultimately, if you're looking to pick up the foil leader cards from set 1, all the character ones are down in price. Will they keep going down? I don't. I would think that these are decent prices to hold, but as we get more leader cards, these will probably fall out of favor as we keep going. Not to mention, there's also the one issue with printing of the leader cards, especially in the English sets, where a lot of them have back grazing or chipping. So when you do pull them, be sure to take a look at the back of them, just in case that happened to your version. John d'Arc, the ultimate rare. I just want to cover this one, as I noticed that its base price went up to 120. But its market price has dropped off pretty hard to about 85, and you can see that the drop off from there. From August, it just kept falling all the way into October, where you have this somewhat higher gain, but not really. You can see that recent sales have all been around $90, which is around the current market price. And there has not been a $100 plus sale for over the last month. So that hype has basically gone. But it is still an expensive ultimate to pick up at this point. Heavenly Aegis, we did talk about how this one spiked up the other day, and well, it seems to have stabilized somewhat, but it is still a $22 base right now. Take a look at it in a bit more detail. Let's see. Players have been buying it at about 22, 123 actually. And most of the lower listings at 22 only have 1 or 2 copies that are available. And then $24 onward we'll start having some more. But we at least have a good amount of quantity left. We're at 22 listings on that front. If we take a look at some of the others, the Evo is still pretty cheap. And then we look at the Super Legendaries. The Super Legendary of the regular form is $40 base right now with 6 listings. Market price on that is 31, so it has been selling higher. And the Evo Super Legendary, market price is higher than its base price, which the base price is 21 and the market price is 27 right now. Then we take a look at Soul Dealer, who is the other one that I pointed out for going up. But we have quantities back on the market for this one again. And right now the market price and base price for the base copy they're pretty close, off by $1. $13.50 is the base listing right now. And if you want the Super Legendary of the base, there are 4 listings starting from 25. Market price on that one is 17. The Evo version, like Heavenly Aegis, is significantly cheaper. $4 if you want the regular, and if you want the Super Legendary, it's $15.50 right now. In terms of the market price, the Super Legendary is lower, while the Evo, both of them are actually lower right now than their current market prices. Angelic Snipe, the promo version that you got from the regional qualifier, I do want to point out that this one seems to have run out of its under 10 listings. Recently, it's been seeing more sales right at $10, and a lot of the $8 and lower copies all got bought out. We're down to 5 listings on this one. The first one is a lightly played listing at $12 with 4 copies. After that, it's back to $16 plus dollars. So if you picked up a bunch of these while they were under 10, nice, they're up there. I mean, even with that being the case, the ones that have sold have been as high as 12. Someone actually bought the lightly plates for 12. That's interesting. So we'll see where this ends up going. But it is a promo that is not going to see another print. It's just a matter of how much it gets played, or it could just be collection factor now. Albert Levensaber. I actually don't know how you pronounce that one. I'm guessing Levin. But this one from set 2, currently we've got 22 listings on the base for $7.24 to start, higher than its market price right now. And if you want the Evo version, 28 listings at $2.58 to start. Also, it's lower than its market price, but not by that much. If you want the super legendaries, though, they're above 20 apiece. The base form is about 24, and the Evo is $20.50 to start. And they're both around in line with their market price, with the base form being just a little higher right now. And in terms of listings, there's still a fair amount. 9 each on the super legendaries and over 20s on the base forms. Ancient Elf from set 1. There are a good amount of quantities between the Evo and the regular right now, but it's $5 if you want to pick up the base form. And if you want the super legendary of it, it's almost $13.50. The Evos are still pretty cheap. In fact, the regular Evo is less than $1 to pick up now, and it has over 56 listings. And then if you want the super legendary of that, it's a $6 card right now. So still very easy to pick up. And as we go forward, Ancient Elf is likely to continue to see play. So, but with as many copies as it's got, it should stay in a pretty decent price range. Fairy Circle. I want to talk about the foil of this because it looks like it got bought out pretty hard. The market price of this one spiked up over the last month from about $175 all the way past $350. And if we take a look at sales history, there have been players that have been buying this for over $10. But ultimately, you can see that there was still a good amount of sales at $2 or higher as well. And right now, this card is $10.50 base, and then when you consider shipping and handling for these other ones, you still see it in that same light. But it's got 11 listings, and with more prints of set 1 that should eventually be coming, we might see another Fallout, but this is, at least from Shadowverse as well, this is a bit of an iconic card too, given that it is one of the first cards that we ever got for the game. Trail of Light, I did mention this one before, how with Discard Dragon it could prop up in value, and it did. Now it was selling at, like you can see, it was $2 earlier, and it just got bought out hard. From the 10th of this month, it was $2, and players are now starting to buy them more readily at about $4. I mean, it even looks flatline here with its market price. I don't understand why that happened because the market price is now $329. But yeah, the card is now only available for $450 and higher. There are a lot of quantities available, but yeah, this card has gone up in value, and it'll probably stay up for a little while. Themis Decree, another foil to talk about. This one hasn't seen as big of a prop up in comparison to Fairy Circle, but it is going up in value. We look at the drop off to about $250 for its market price mid-September, and then it just went up recently. Players are picking this up for around basically around $3 or higher. And then we have listings around 3 and higher that are available right now. There are 2 pages worth of them, 14 listings overall, but this card is going up. Then the last card I want to talk about today, not this version of Aria Fairy Princess, but at this point, we're in October, so we have the new set of tournament promos that are available. And With that comes this beauty that I really need to pick this up when I get the chance. I have a Japanese copy of this and it is beautiful, but the thing about Aria Fairy Princess, the promo version that's coming out, is that this is supposed to be more difficult to pick up. In fact, they say it right here. This alternate art version has lower chances of appearing than all these other promos that you can pick up in October's promo release. So it's going to be hard to get this in comparison to the others, and if you do, I would imagine it's going to be pretty worth to start off with. When I first saw it in Japan, looking at listings from proxy sellers, this thing was, I think, like 7,000 yen plus, so that was effectively like $65 at the time. Of course, the yen is weaker these days, so more bang for your buck to pick up the Japanese copy, which has also dropped off in value. But I wouldn't be surprised if this thing sold for about 100 to start off with, or maybe even higher. But we'll have to see what happens once these actually hit the market, because we don't have these promos on TCG Player yet. Little more time, they should get up there sometime. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.